so I knew his mum was in the crowd. And I had so many other jokes I wanted to do, but I wasn't going to do it because I'm actually a polite person. I really want to know what you do, Bulgaria. I'm still really curious. Cool. Are we ready for the next stand comedian?
Yeah.
Give him a whole lot of love. He's.
It's my 7th time, man.
It's your 7th time, okay. It's your 7th time. Give him a huge amount of love. It's named Andrew Ferenbach.
Okay, thank you very much. So, first and most important detail is I am a parent. I have 2 kids and they are teenagers now. This is important because, after all, one of the great perks about being a dad is you get to tell dad jokes. And for a comedian of an amateur nature, this is perfect. It's actually a win-win when you think about it. Because after all, if you tell a joke and it sinks like a lead rhinoceros, hey, dad joke, nice. But if they actually laugh, hey, I told a good one. So seriously, there is no downside, genuinely. I mean, you get to tell the worst jokes ever. And I basically grew my own test audience. So, I mean, when they were growing up, my son was being mean to my daughter. And there's some jokes that you only get to tell once in a lifetime to a person. And so, to slow him down, I suddenly said to him, hey, you're a broken fridge. And he goes like, what? And he goes, that was not cool. Okay, it took a second. Anyways, the point was, of course, you can never use that one again. Anyway, so, but also, there's all these genres of jokes that are dying out, which is terribly sad because of political correctness and stuff. The Englishman, Irishman, Scotsman jokes, you cannot tell them because, it's a little bit racist and stuff. And so, of course, my kids, being my kids, they understood, so I could tell them the jokes. But then when it comes to telling them to other people, because they would say, Dad, tell that great joke you told. And I was like, uh-oh, I can't tell them in a public forum. So I thought, how can I improve these jokes? How can I change them to make them safe? So I said, okay, there was 3 guys called Tom, Dick, and Harry. And suddenly there was shocked expressions like, you can't say that. And I was like, what? And he's like, you can't say Dick. And he's like, okay, fine. There was Thomas, Richardson, and Harrison. And they would have crazy adventures. And for some reason, Thomas always craved a nice cup of English tea. For no particular reason. Richardson always loved Scotch whiskey. Who can say why? And Harrison may or may not have a strange craving for Guinness and potatoes. Anyway, but that's by the by. Anyway, also, with my kids, I got to basically, kids are great fun. You get to prank them. And because they're young, you're smarter than them. and so you get to do all kinds of little comic riffs on them. I mean, these kids, the ones who told me off for saying the word dick in public, they basically, my son would be running around with them like he'd had too much sugar, which may or may not be the case. And I wouldn't be able to get him to slow down and say, come on, it's time to go home. Say, no, I don't want to. Away he goes. And so I think, okay, how can I slow him down? What can I do? What countermeasures do I have? I know. I can embarrass him, because parents are embarrassing. That's another perk. I don't mind being embarrassing. But of course, I didn't have anything real to embarrass him about. So I thought, I know, I'm going to make something up. So I would shout to him in a really odd voice, okay, Afonso, that's my son's name, I'm not saying random names. I said, Afonso, don't worry, your ducky pajamas are ironed and on your pillow, and Mr. Miffles the teddy bear is waiting for you. And he would, of course, hit the brakes, and he go, Dad, I don't have ducky pajamas, as the girls are laughing at him. I was like, and there's no such thing as Mr. Miffles. And, sure enough, a month or 2 went past, and I pulled the same stunt on him once again. Afonso, your ducky pajamas on standby, don't worry, managed to get the stains out. And he's like, Dad, stop it. And this went on and on and on, and he got used to it. It's like, I was the boy who cried ducky pajamas. But then I took it up a level, because I like to play the long game in many ways. So, okay, this thing electrocuted me. That is not part of the joke. Anyway, so as a scientist, long story, anyway, we go to trade fairs and stuff, and reps hand out all kinds of random crap. T-shirts, USB sticks, pens, mugs, yada, yada, yada. But one rep thought it would be super to hand out little, cute, adorable teddy bears. And so I thought to myself, I can use this. So I secreted the aforementioned teddy bear in my jacket. And then the weeks marched on, and then my son was running around like a hellcat once again. Once again I said, Afonso, your ducky pajamas are ready for you, and Mr. Miffles is waiting on top of them, don't you worry a thing. And he, of course, hits the brakes and goes, Dad, for the millionth time I've told you, I don't have a teddy bear called Mr. Miffles. And I said, really? He said, then who's this? And produced the teddy bear, at which point the girls, of course, seeing this evidence, they absolutely lose it, and he absolutely just he's dumbstruck, he's like, wasn't in fairness, to make up for, I did give him Mr. Miffles afterwards, so it wasn't a completely brutal act by me. But anyway. So yeah, kids are stressful. Also, I think I might be out of time. But, but thank you guys, you've been wonderful.
One more time, Andrew.